Anyways, now that FUWAMOCO has spoken of it, I can tell you about when we went to Joypolis. Me, Cici, went to Joypolis with FUWAMOCO, and it was such a beautiful time, and we got Dippin' Dots, and I was like, Dippin' Dots. I haven't had Dippin' Dots in so long. I feel like I see so many tweets about Dippin' Dots where it's like, you only find Dippin' Dots in deserted alley parking ways, which is true. You only get Dippin' Dots if you go to a random mall. You don't get Dippin' Dots usually. And Mococo eats Dippin' Dots so fast. I was eating those Dippin' Dots and they're so cold. I could only put a little bit in my mouth at a time because they're so cold. And then Mococo was already done with her Dippin' Dots. I'm like, how are you eating the Dippin' Dots so fast? And then I shared my Dippin' Dots with them, even though they're just standing around waiting for me to finish my Dippin' Dots. And I'm like, here, you know what? Help me. Fine, eat my Dippin' Dots then. The brain freeze, I don't know. Maybe they can't feel cold in their mouths or something. I think Mococo ate them the fastest. And then Fuwawa was second. Well, I wanted to try most of the flavors, so we were sharing a lot of them. But Mococo definitely ate them the fastest. I really like the ride where it spins around. We teamed up and I was with Mococo and I'm like, Mococo, no matter what, you have to keep going, okay? We have to win and we have to spin the most. And I want you to throw up. I don't care. We're gonna spin so much and if you throw up, that's fine. I prefer it. So we were spinning like crazy. We were so good at spinning. It's so awesome. It's like if you hit the spin button at the right time, you do a full 360 spin. And it just keeps spinning and spinning and spinning. And it was so fun. The spinning. But Cici didn't want to ride anything too spinny. So when FUWAMOCO are like, Cici and Gigi didn't want to ride this one because they were scared.
I don't think they were a little scared. But it's okay.
I was down to ride them. Cici didn't want to ride anything too spinny. So that's why we didn't ride them. But I would have totally gone on a spinny ride. Yeah, so she's the coward. She's the coward that didn't want to ride any of the spinny rides. I was totally down to line up for the spinny rides. And I was. We were in line. And then Cici saw it spin around. She's like, let's get out of line. Okay. Shaking my head. I can't believe that she didn't want to spin to win. I've known of Joypolis for a while. I just never been because Joypolis has this Ace Attorney thing. And they've had it for such a long time. And I've always wanted to go because I really, really like Ace Attorney. But then upon doing it, I realized that it's exactly as you were to expect. It's the dead dove, do not open. And I opened it, dead dove opened. It's all in Japanese. Yeah. We went there and I'm like, whoa, Ace Attorney, I love Ace Attorney, we should do it. And what you do is you go in, they have this one really, really cute little room that's based off of Phoenix's office. And you stand there and then you put your paper in and it shows you the beginning of a case. It's that someone gets murdered in Joypolis. You know, it's reassuring that this is happening while I'm at Joypolis. And it's like all in Japanese. And it's like, oh no, someone got pushed off of the railing and died in Joypolis. We have to find out who did it. We have to do a case about this. And you have to go around the floor, look at these little terminals. And you scan your paper and it does like little bits and pieces. You know, if you've ever played Ace Attorney before, it's you going to different locations and you're just interrogating people. And it's all in Japanese. And it's exactly like a case. It's just a mini case. That's in Japanese. And I'm like, I don't know what I expected. I don't understand a single thing. So Fuwawa is translating literally everything. And like halfway through, I'm like, I kind of don't want to do this anymore. But Fuwawa was doing she's like trying so hard to translate this for me that I feel like I have to stick with it. It's just all in Japanese. I just didn't know what I expected. I had to stick it out because Fuwawa was doing such a good job of translating. And then when we got to the courtroom part where you have to present all your evidence, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I saw the pictures of the evidence that we got. I have the vague idea, like the vaguest of ideas of what you translated to me about what the evidence was. Let's just guess. Because you have to, it's literally an Ace Attorney case. They're giving testimony and you have to press them on each and every single one of their statements. But I don't know Japanese. And then Fuwawa was like TLDRing me the translation. And I'm like, I don't know, just press them on this. Let's just press them on this one and we'll spam it. Spam through. And Fuwawa was like, I think we present this here, but I don't know where. And I'm like, yep. I know exactly what they're talking about. You should do whatever you want. So thanks to FUWAMOCO, we managed to clear the case. We managed to do it. We managed to win. So thank you, FUWAMOCO. If not for you, I would never have gotten that Ace Attorney experience at Joypolis. I had such a great time. I think it's really funny. If you mess up presenting evidence twice, Mia comes out of nowhere. And she's like, think, Phoenix. Here, think. Think of the case, Phoenix. And then she tells you what to do. I did teach FUWAMOCO that she'll know if she did it correctly if the music stops. So she was picking up on it. She was like, oh, I hope the music stops. Every time she presents evidence, is the music gonna stop? Yes, FUWAMOCO. Wait for the music to stop, and this is how you will know. We had a great time. It was a beautiful FUWAMOCO day. And then they really wanted to show us the Statue of Liberty. It was so funny. The entire day, Moko goes like, we have to show you something, but we're not going to tell you what it is. We're just going to show you it later, okay? But remind me later so I don't forget. And I'm like, okay. And then she just like, follow me. And she takes us on the longest walk ever. And I'm like, where the hell are we going? What are they showing us? Because she won't tell us. And I'm just like, where are we walking to? Why are we walking so far? And it was the Statue of Liberty. I'm really glad. I'm so happy. It's just like home. It's just like Frisia. All that to make fun of us? Yeah, to be like, look at that. Remember when you lost in GeoGuessr? Of course we wouldn't know where that was! Why do you have the Statue of Liberty there? Beautiful Joypolis time though. What about the fortunes? I can't tell you about those fortunes. You're gonna have to get that out of Cecilia Immergreen. But the freaking... I don't know. FUWAMOCO are like, we're gonna take you to the Fortune Forest and you're gonna have so much fun. And Narissa went here and she went back in like 5 million times. I wonder how many times you guys are gonna want to go back in there. And you get like a little tablet thing where you place them into tablet-sized holes, okay? And you have to touch a screen and you have to put in all your information. You go in, what kind of fortune do you want today? And you go in and it's like really serene and it feels like you're in there to do meditation or some kind of yoga. And then me and Cece are like, lol. And we didn't take it seriously. So we went in with our little clear tablets that they handed us. And we put them in the hole and then there's like touch screens everywhere. And you have to tap on the touch screen and it's like, okay, very, very slow text popping up. Very, very slowly showing you information. And it's like, all right, spin the stones in the water. Now pick a stone. Now answer these questions. And they do it in such a slow way. And it's so slow. And like the screen feedback is also, it's not very responsive. It's just so. How do you feel about this? Now, how do you feel about this? But you have to go to 3 different consoles. It's just so slow. At the very end of it, it's like, now pick a stone that represents you. And it's like out of 20 stones, random drifting in water, pick a random stone. And it's like, oh, this is what represents your past. This stone represents your present. And this stone represents your future. Okay. And we turn it in and then it's like, it prints out a piece of paper and the paper gives you your fortune. And it's like, blah, 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 blah. This and this and this and this and this and this. Okay. And, and then there's this one room. It's blocked off by a little baby door, but for adults. You can see through it. You can see over it. And you see something really, really cool down there. And you can only get in if, I don't know, the spirits allow you to get in. So you have to try and enter with a partner. And then it goes, I forgot what it says. But in English, in very aggressive English, it says, turn back! Go away now! Something like that. To that effect. And then me and Cece are like, what the hell is that? How do we get in there? And we're like, is it because we have to do the partner mode to get in? So we went in a second time. And FUWAMOCO also did the partner mode. And we're like, what? How do we get in there? And then they're like, you'll see. We'll show you. And they're like, no, we messed up. And then they're like, do you want to go back in a third time? We're like, no. Not really. This is the same thing as the first time, but really, really slow. And you're trying to speedrun it, but it's so slow. And you're like spam tapping the screen. It's so slow. And everyone will go like, you're not curious about what's back there? And we're like, no, not really. Not that curious. they pull out a guide and they have on their phone how to get into that area. And you have to, for your past, present, and future stones, you have to pick a very specific rock out of the 20. And I'm like, who the hell figured this out? Who went through this 5 million times to pick out the very specific rock? Who was the first person who discovered this and why? Shaking my head. How were you supposed to get that normally? One of the rides we went on was because no one was in line for it. And it's like you ride a taxi, but it just spins around and you're playing on a screen. And you just drive into the coins, but driving into coins don't really do anything. And no one else was playing. You're just driving, staring at a screen while it's taking you on this tour. And then it's like, oh no, scare the animals away. You have to click on this button to scare the animals away. And then suddenly there's a quiz. And you're driving and there's a quiz. And the quiz is like, what animal did you just see? Which one of these is the bigger animal? It sounds like a fever dream. Kind of was a fever dream. What if you get them wrong? Then you're a loser. If there was anyone else playing, you would, get last place. But because no one was playing, we could get all of them wrong and still get first place. That was the Joypolis experience.